Inequality is the existence of unequal opportunities and reward for different social positions or status within a society. In all countries of the world, the situation differs from place to place. In Nigeria, highbrow areas stand in stark contrast to poverty-stricken areas often referred to as ghettos. Life's simple amenities are often luxuries where the poor are concerned. What constitutes inequality in Nigeria? Is there hope that the gap between the rich and the poor will be closed in the future? Let us consider a few places in Lagos.
The standard of living is not too high and it's not too low, just like medium. You can sustain your living from whatever amount you have to keep your living flowing for the day. And let me just say, it's still manageable compared to an ordinary man who has nowhere to put his head or where to reside for the moment. But the standard of living is bearable. Even if government is doing nothing about it, we are not complaining because we know personally there is nothing they can do about it. Even if at all they want to chip in development, it won't get to this end. So we are not complaining. We've been surviving and we'll keep surviving.
The cost of living is high. A room goes for 5,000 per month.
And it depends on the house that you are living. Like if it is an old building, it can go for maybe 2,000 to 3,000. But if it's a new building, that can still go for like 5,000 to 7,000 per room.
Often, people who live in the metropolitan areas are surviving in unplanned cities and towns. Buildings are often tightly packed in between small shanties in form of shops and other unlawful structures. In places like that, people have to deal with sewage problems, lack of waste management, overcrowding, and other negative issues which make life unbearable. Although people have to get building permits, there isn't much consideration given to actual building structures, quality specification, and safety issues in these already overcrowded areas, leading to incessant building collapses. In Lagos, there are more untarred roads on the mainland than could be seen on the island. When the rains fall, the untarred roads form large basins of mud water in which mosquitoes thrive to the detriment of the inhabitants. Tiny spaces with little or no ventilation and as cheap as rent is in the slums, it's disturbing that people still find it difficult to pay because of low earning rates. Another challenge common to poor areas is that of electricity. Citizens in poor areas do not enjoy constant electricity supply. With faulty transformers, electricity from power distribution companies is rationed in these areas. In stark difference, the rich enjoy a better supply of this essential amenity. This, despite the fact that the rich can better afford to keep their generating sets running throughout the day.
The environment I am staying is looking so good. All the rents we people rent, some they can rent for more than 4.5 billion, some 400,000. All the securities we dey here, they are paying them normal money.
The area they okay. We don't get any problem for the area. And the environment they okay, the security they okay.
For my grandchildren's bill, we see millions. 1 million, 1.5 and so on and so forth. And they compare, these children, they compare, especially when they are on holidays. They believe their parents should send them abroad on holidays. And when they come back, they want to compare notes with their friends. Did you go to London? Did you go to Paris? Did you go to Dubai? All those kind. That's the kind of class you see around here.
About using public facilities, well, I can't really remember when last I used any major like the hospital and most of the popular facilities. My children go to very basic private school, and the reason is very simple. The reason is that most of these places, it's really difficult to access. They have quality services, but sometimes the facilities are not very okay.
First of all, I would like to appreciate the efforts. Okay, government has made a lot of efforts to improve health facilities. However, the experiences I had from the nurses' attitudes, the availability of equipment, almost losing my life, has made me choose another option, which is private sector, no matter how much it costs. Power supply, let's use that as another example. I used PHCN. Poor service has caused me to try to improve my own power supply. If there's a way I can even stop using anything government, I'm telling you, I'll be happy to.
In most cases, political unrest and youth crisis is spearheaded by unemployed, sometimes uneducated youth. We hardly find the children of the rich involved in these activities, as they are whisked off early to either study abroad or make a living there. The people who raise children in unsavory poor environments still dream of a better future for their children. Although it might be impossible to outrightly close the social gap between the rich and the poor, the federal government has a great role to play. Provision of infrastructure, quality education and healthcare in the slum areas can ease the tension across the divide. Electricity supply in rural areas would solve a large proportion of the unemployment challenge. Most entrepreneurs run their businesses on generators, and they're unable to keep these generators running for so long.